What is up, guys? It's your boy Notorious. Back in with another video. That's what I'm back in with another video. Today I'm going to be telling you guys about missed opportunities, right? So smash the like button, comment below what you think, subscribe if you know, let's get into it. Alright, so I was leaving the gym right now, right? And as I'm leaving, like fuck bro. Cause like while I'm leaving, I'm on the Stairmaster, right? Like I'm about to leave and I'm on the Stairmaster, and then there's this cute ass girl. I'd never seen her before at the gym. And she's just like, on the Stairmaster and across from me, right? Like a couple Stairmasters down. And she's like looking at me and stuff, and I was looking at her, and I could already tell, like, it's on go. But it's like, fuck bro. Like I went to the bathroom and I really didn't want to like see her, so I didn't have to talk to her, right? Because then I know I would have to I would have to do something. And like I went to the bathroom. Fuck bro, everything's so fucking annoying, bro. It's like the universe was like colliding so that we had to speak, right? It was like the universe was like low-key helping me, I guess. Maybe, I don't know. To me it was annoying because it meant I had to do something and I didn't really feel like doing anything. And like once I leave the bathroom, I'm like, all right, bet. I left the bathroom first, so I won't have to see her. But of course she leaves the bathroom at the same exact time, right? And then it's like she's walking, I'm like, fuck bro. And I was like I could talk to her, like it's possible, right? And it's like in the gym she was giving me a lot, and it's like I'm not gonna cause the thing is, like, background is like, for context, I don't like talking to girls in the gym, right? Like I don't talk to girls that I go to the gym with. But at the end of the day, if she liked me once, then she's gonna like me again, right? So it's like it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I don't really like talking to girls in the gym because I have to see them again, right? And like when I'm in the gym, I'm so focused that I ignore everybody, right? And I don't really want to ignore them, and I don't want to say hi to her either while I'm there. So I'm leaving, and as I'm leaving, she like leaves the door, and then she goes the opposite way of me, right? So it's like my car is like on the left, her car is on the right. So it's like, if I go to her, that's chasing, right? I'll have to run to get up to her, and I really want to do that. And then she just made a quick right, and it's like, fuck bro, like that's not the way I'm going. So it's like if I was to I would have to basically follow her, right? And I didn't want to do that. So I'm like, damn bro. So then I leave, and then she crosses the street but diagonally, right? And it's like she was taunting me, or like kind of baiting me, right? She's like, let me see what he's gonna do, let me see how much he's gonna chase, right? So she gives me a little bit, like it's like she dangles a carrot on a stick, right? It's like she gives me a little bit, just enough to like give me hope, right? And I'm like, and as she's like crossing the street diagonally, like she doesn't make a full right, but she diagonals, right? Which means that it's like she's going up and right, which means that it's like she's giving me opportunity. You get me? Because if she just went straight right, that's like a done deal, like no. But then the fact that she went like diagonally, it's like, I could always go to my car straight and then make a left, right? I can also go diagonal. So we would meet in the middle, diagonally, right? But she just like fucking goes, right? And she looks back at me too, makes straight eye contact with me, bro. Like full on eye contact, like our eyes like literally stick together, right? And it's like, fuck. Like fuck bro. If I was gonna go up to you, I would have to run, right? I would have to run up to her. And it's like, like I could have, right? There would have been no problem. Like she would have wanted that. But for me though, it's like I couldn't risk my self-worth, right? My self-worth says no. Like the other day, right, I go up to this girl and I look at her, right, and I look her in the face, and she's like, I was basically at college, right? I was at my college, the school I go to, and I see this girl, and she's like so beautiful, right? I was talking to a lot of girls that day, but she was the finest one that I talked to, right? Like she was like so fine, like she was like literally beautiful. It's crazy. It was like a rainy day. It was like a lot of lightning and storm clouds and stuff. And she was like the sun, right? Like she was like a sunny day. Like she was like the sun in the storm, right? And it's like literally, bro, like it was raining the whole day, and then once I saw her, it's like the sun came out. It's crazy. Come on, bro, stupid ass driver, bro. I swear. But yeah, so then I go up to her, right, and I look at her, and I'm like, oh, excuse me, blah, blah, blah. And then she's looking at me, bro, and she's just staring at me, right, and I'm staring at her, and it's like, I'm like, god damn, bro, you're so fucking fine. But then it's funny, right, because when I looked at her, it's like her face turned into a mirror. And then it's like I saw my reflection in her, right? And I'm like, damn, bro, you're so fucking fine. And I didn't know if I was saying that to myself or whatever. But the whole point was that, like, you know, she was so bad. And I told her that, and she was like, oh, thanks. Like, she wasn't saying too much, right? But she was like soft rejecting me, right? Like, her body was saying yes, 100% yes. But her mind was like saying like, oh no, right? And I was like, oh, you know, like, oh, but you look like you're saying yes. And then she was like, ha ha ha, right? And she was like, and it's like funny, right? Because it's like, I'm not gonna say I can read her mind, but it's like I heard it's like the way she was looking at me, like she was looking at me like in the eyes, right, in the face, and she was basically saying like, oh, if you want my number, like if you want my Instagram, you have to ask me for it, right? Don't just tell me, you have to ask me. Like, she's giving me instructions, and I'm thinking like to myself, she's telling me how to get her, right? But in order to get her, I would have to lower myself, right? I would have to ask her, like, oh, excuse me, can I get, right? But I was telling her, like, oh, let me get your Instagram, right? Oh, yeah, oh, let me get your Instagram, you know? But she's like, you have to ask me. And it's like, in the grand scheme of things, right? It's like, I could ask her, but then my confidence would be lowered, right? I'm like, oh, can I have your Instagram? I'll be like begging her for Instagram. It's like, I'm not gonna fucking beg. I don't care how hot you are. Like, I'm not gonna beg you for Instagram, right? It's funny, right? Because a lot of times I'll go up to girls and I'll ask them, hey, can I get your Instagram, right? But then this girl, it's like, I just went up to her, like, let me get your, like, you know, like, we were talking, like, having actual conversation, and then she was like, and then I'm like, all right, so let me get your Instagram, right? And then she's like, oh, you have to, like, she didn't say it, but she's like, you have to ask me, you have to be nice. And I'm like, I'm not nice, right? And she's like, and then she like rejected me, right? But she didn't really reject me, because I never get rejected, right? I get, you can only get rejected by girls that reject you, right? That don't like you. Like, I never go up to a girl that doesn't like me, right? Girls will reject you and like you. Girls will like you and still reject you, right? Like, if you're talking to a girl, you can get rejected. Like, if that's your girl could reject you, right? Like, let's say you have a wife, like you have a whole wife, and then she's like, oh, I have a headache, right? That's like literally her rejecting you. So it's like, you can still get rejected by girls that like you. So even though she liked me a lot, she still rejected me because I wasn't playing by her rules, and she just wanted to have control. And I'm like, oh, sorry, babe, I'm not that type of nigga, right? But going back to this girl, it's like, you know, I could have chased her, right? But then chasing her would have been like, it would have made me feel lower, you know? So, but I mean, and then, like, I don't know, what is worse, chasing or regret, right? Because it's like, I regret so much, because I'm like, in hindsight, it's always like, fuck, bro, I could have just like ran up to her and been like, excuse me. But it's like, nah, bro, like, like in the gym is different, because I go there every single day, bro. I'm in the gym every day, so it's like, I think about these things. It's like, you have to have your social calibration, right? Your social calibration has to be in order, because it's like, if you just go up to girls in the gym, like, I've gone up to girls in the gym before, but only because I know for a fact that they like me, right? And it's like, you know, it's the gym. It's not really a rush, right? It's like, it's funny because I'd be like, all right, so, you know, what day was it today? What time was it that, you know, that she probably goes at this time, you know? I'll probably see her again anyway, so it's like, running up to her, like chasing her, doesn't seem like the greatest. I mean, like, in the moment, it was like perfect, because it's like, we're outside, we're not in the gym, you know? It's not like everyone is like, you know, all up in our conversation and stuff. You know, we had like, you know, some type of intimacy or like privacy or whatever. But it's like, I don't know, bro. Honestly, I just made this video so I can feel better, because it's like, that shit stings. That shit hurts, bro. It's like, when she's looking at me like, yo, if you want it, you gotta come run after me. And it's like, fuck out of here, bro. And it's funny because, you know, I was thinking about this, right, it's so funny, I was thinking about this while I was on the Stairmaster, because I play RuneScape while I'm on the Stairmaster, right? And, you know, I had just reached 70, I think I have 76 fletching, right? Which is a skill in the game that you can like create arrows, right, to shoot, like arrows, like range. And, you know, once I got like 75 fletching, I bought rune arrows, right? And I'm like, you know, I'm gonna do rune arrows to 99. But rune arrows, they cost me like I think I spent like 2 mil, right? I think I spent maybe 2 mil or 800K. I think I spent like 800K on arrows, right? On rune arrows. I think I bought like 5K rune arrows, and you know, I made them, and I didn't even get like halfway to like 76 fletching, right? And I spent like all that money, and then I spent way less money on steel arrows, and then I got way more experience, right? I got way more experience with the rune arrows, with the steel arrows, than I did with the rune arrows. For context, steel arrows, I think you need like 10 or 30 fletching, right? I think you need like 30 fletching to do steel arrows. I'm not sure, but you need like 75 to do rune arrows. And it made me think about girls, right? Because it's like, you know, maybe the torta, she's like the steel arrow. She'll get like steel arrow. Doing steel arrows got me from like, I guess 30 fletching to 75 fletching, which is a lot. But it's like, if you want to get to, that's so stupid. If you want to get to 75 to 99, you can still do steel arrows, and it's probably gonna cost less, right? It'll cost less, because I'm in like some like I commented on this Instagram post, and I was like, oh, if dating is your priority while you're broke, you need better priorities. And a bunch of people were flaming me in the comments, right? And they're saying like, oh, you don't need money to get girls and stuff. And I'm like, bro, you could like either get a 3K Honda or a 300K Lamborghini, right? Like a Lamborghini, it costs a lot of money. It's like a beautiful girl. It's like a beautiful girl. It's like a Lamborghini. It's like the same thing. But you can't expect to pay 3K in a Honda for a beautiful girl that's a Lamborghini, right? You're not gonna go to a Lamborghini dealership and say, I have 3K, let me get a Lamborghini. Like, they're gonna say no. Same as a girl. What was I saying? But it's the same thing with the rune arrows. The rune arrows like the Lamborghini. The steel arrow is like the Honda. It's like the Honda will get you from point A to point B, but the rune arrow is like, you know, it's stronger. It has it hits more, and it costs more money, you know, and it gives you more experience. But it's like in the long run, in the grand scheme of things, I think steel arrows are pretty good. It's like cutting willow trees in RuneScape. You know, willows are faster than yews, even though like willows only give like 67 experience, and yews give like 175. Like, yews are slower, but you know, I don't know, they make more money. Anyways, that's all I gotta say for this video. Like the video, comment below what you think, subscribe if you're new. If you have any questions, DM me on Instagram at Notorious at 6 Interviews. I'll make a video talking about your question. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my Patreon and to donate to my charity at Hand on the Mind. Link is in the description. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.